One of the most common mistakes writers make is editing while writing. Writing and editing are two distinct processes and they must be separated. You see, editing is where your clarity is refined after you have written. This is where your raw ideas become readable and enjoyable. I want you to know that you do not need to be an expert editor to improve your manuscript. However, if you can, I strongly recommend engaging the services of a professional editor. So if you have a manuscript before now and you've been struggling to get it edited, this video will help you with the processes you need to self-edit your book. So let's get started. There are different stages of editing, and this is how professional editors approach the process. The first one is called the developmental edit. It focuses on building your ideas and also ensuring that your content flows logically. The next is called the line editing. Line editing focuses on paragraph, style, and flow. And then thirdly, you have the copy edit. Copy edit looks at your manuscript at a sentence level. It pays attention to punctuation, to grammar, and to word choice. Now, how can you use these three stages to self-edit your manuscript? First of all, check for clarity. Read through your manuscript and ask yourself if your message or your story makes sense. Now, this is the developmental editing stage. At this point, you are not looking at grammar, you are not looking at punctuation, you are only focused on the content and the structure. The next, you need to check for flow. Now, this is the line editing stage. Does your idea or do your ideas connect smoothly from one paragraph to the next? Look closely at how each paragraph leads to the next one and whether your writing style remains consistent throughout. For instance, you have a particular paragraph where you have been using the second person point of view. You are saying you are great, you are awesome. And then your next paragraph, you are using we, they, us. There is inconsistency. So you need to pay attention to your paragraphs and to your lines. Finally, you need to check punctuations, grammar, spelling, and word choice. Now, this is called the copy editing stage, where you examine your work at a sentence level. So you are looking at your sentence, you are checking out for each word, and you are picking out the mistakes. Now, even after going through all of these stages, there is one called the proofreading. You also need to check out for those tiny little bitty words that are slipped through the cracks while you're checking. And you can either take some days off that manuscript so that you can see it from a fresh eyes when you return to it, or you give it to a professional proofreader. If you have ever found any video on this channel valuable, please do well to like and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
Please like, share, and subscribe.